Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Get Real. You're listening to Brenda
and Ashley, and today we have a brand new episode for you guys.
We're going to be talking about religion versus spirituality.
We have so much to say on this topic. It was highly requested. We're going to go into a lot of different topics today. So we're going to go in depth on like the two topics. Then we're going to kind of get into some taboo topics, whether we believe in them or not. And we're going to get into the law of attraction.
If you guys are very skeptical about religion and spirituality, I think this is a really good episode for you.
So this episode's probably going to get really controversial, so be ready.
With that being said, we're going to get straight into it. All right, so Ashley, do you think a person can be both religious and spiritual, or do you think it's contradicting each other?
I think they can, 100%. I think some aspects of Christianity, for example, or some religions can contradict spirituality, but I think you can definitely be both. What about you?
I think so too. I think there's certain things that if you're getting too spiritually in tune, it could, I guess, in a sense, be against your religion. Mm-hmm. Again, depends what kind of religion you associate yourself with. But like, there's certain things that maybe some religions are like, no, that's totally okay. You can do that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. What religion do you identify with? Like, what are you? Like, I don't know.
I'm Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a practice Catholic. Like, I should go to church on Sundays, pray, do the rosary, maybe read the Bible. I don't do that stuff, but I do believe in God. I do believe that when we're going through a rough time, praying is very important. Mm-hmm. It's what helps you kind of, get through things. Mm-hmm. So praying is important, all that stuff. But again, I don't practice it as a true Catholic would.
Okay.
How about you?
I'm actually a Satanist. Stop. No, I'm kidding. That's not funny. I'm so sorry if you're satanic. I don't mean to offend you.
I know someone who's Satanist.
Really?
But apparently it's not really a religion from what he told me.
I don't want to talk about it too much.
All right.
I don't know anything about it, so I don't want to say the wrong thing. So I'm Christian. My mom's actually Catholic. My dad is Pentecostal Christian. And I know that I identify as a Christian. Like, I just kind of am in line with all those beliefs. I pray every night. I want to go to church more often, but I don't. I'm strong in my faith in my own way. So, like I said, I pray every night. I talk to God every day. I always have faith in God. But I don't, read the Bible as often as I should. I don't do the things that you mentioned either. So, yeah, I know that my relationship with God is strong. I show it in my own way. Do you feel like your faith is strong at all, or...?
It could be stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It could be stronger. I feel really bad because I find that I'm more in tune with my religion when I feel like I'm going through something.
I used to be like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of bad because, it's kind of like those people who are only asking for help when they need it. It's like you should be there through the good and the bad, so I shouldn't just be praying when something bad's happening or when I'm going through a rough time. So I feel like I should be more in tune with my faith, be more... again, pray, regularly, not just when I'm going through a rough time, wake up and be like, thank you, God, for another day.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be like that friend that only is around when they need something from you.
Exactly.
But, also, God does not judge. He's there no matter what. So, at least it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of religion and all that, obviously, we're all going to die one day. What do you think happens after you die? What do you believe in?
Personally, I think that once you die... there are 3 places. There's heaven, hell, and purgatory. So I pretty much believe that depending on, the situation or the life that you've lived, you're going to be going under one of the 3.
So we were having a hard time coming up with the word purgatory earlier, but in case you guys don't know what it means, the definition here is that it's a state after death, according to Roman Catholic belief, in which the souls of people who die are made pure through suffering before going to heaven. So it's the in-between.
Yeah. Basically, my understanding of it is, if there was a purpose for you on life that you didn't complete before dying, you do it before, I guess, you go into heaven or hell. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. Again, I know this is really weird because, again, nobody really knows what happens after death.
Crazy?
No one's really died and put a whole documentary or a story.
No one can tell you.
I've seen, documentaries and movies.
I don't buy that shit.
The Miracle of Life, or is that what it's called? The one with the tree, the little girl.
I don't know.
No, okay. Well, yeah, I've only seen movies or documentaries about it, but again, who really knows? You can't really say no one's died and again talked about it.
Okay, so I think that most of my beliefs lie in life after death, being a thing. So I think that like you do have a life after death. I think that you come back in another form, whether it's like you're an animal, you're a tree.
So reincarnation.
Yeah, reincarnation. So I do believe in that, but then also part of me believes in purgatory as well, which is what's weird, which I think I'm realizing right now, because the movie Ghost, have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh my God, it's so good. So in the movie Ghost, that is what I believe is a thing. If you guys have seen Ghost, then you know what I'm talking about. But really, it's like you fulfill your purpose on earth. You make sure the people that you love are taken care of, and then you go on to the white shining light. But then the other part of me strongly believes in you die and you come back and you don't remember your previous life. I believe in past lives. So like, I don't know what I believe in more, but I think it's past lives that I believe in more. I don't know. I'm like talking in circles, but yeah, like I think that I've had many lives on earth before. I just don't remember them.
Okay.
So if you believe in purgatory, do you believe in ghosts and spirits? Like, do you think that they're haunting us? Do you think that they are taking care of us?
Personally, I haven't had a situation in which, because I've heard stories. People have told me stories about ghosts. Like,
I got one.
Not too long ago, when I was at work, one of my friends was telling me about when she lived back home, there was like spirits in her house. Mm-hmm. And when she was telling me about it, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I do think that spirits exist, that ghosts exist, that all those stuff exists. It's just I don't like to like think about it because it's so scary to think about. Even when I watch movies, that's why I don't watch like a lot of scary or horror movies. Like, because I'm sure some of it is true, but
even
like,
talking about it right now, like I know when you leave, I'm gonna be fucking paranoid.
Yeah,
I get really paranoid when I have these conversations. In the moment, I'm fine, and then later on, I'm like, oh God, there's a ghost here. Oh my God.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like Ouija boards. Those are a real thing. Don't put one in front of me because I will not fucking touch it. I had an experience in high school where I fucked around with a ghost in a way. My friend and I... Did I ever tell you about it?
I remember you told me something about scissors being on your bed. Is that the story?
Oh my God. I forgot about the scissors being on my bed. Oh my God. It was... You know what? I can't even tell the story right now because I don't remember it anymore. I have it on my YouTube channel. But pretty much, like, we did this, like, weird pendulum thing with a necklace where, like, we had to swing it and ask it questions and, like, do this weird shit with it in, like, a glass of water or something. And after we did that, like, things started happening. I would hear footsteps. I would hear voices. I would feel cold air. Doors would shut. Lights would turn off. There were scissors on my bed in the shape of a triangle. Some crazy shit went down. It was really weird.
But see, this is why I tell people, if you're not educated on
don't mess with it.
Yeah, because, I used to see these type of movies where, like, people don't mean to like call certain spirits or ghosts, and like by you saying things or doing things, you're basically like inviting them to be with you. You
actually are, yeah.
And
you're disrupting them.
I don't fuck with that shit. Not like, that's too diabolico for me. Mm-hmm. I cannot.
It's so scary. That stuff you don't want to mess with if you don't know what you're doing, because it's like those people that do Ouija boards and they don't say goodbye. And then they just, like, let the spirit roam around the world. Yeah. I hate talking about this right now. It's okay, how about something lighter? Guardian angels. Angels in general. Do you believe in them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
that's
why?
One, well, I could say personally because ever since I was young, my mom would always tell us, like, there's always an angel for certain things. I think I told you the other day when I was eating. About the other day. My mom would always tell me, when you're eating, you should never... like get up to leave your table because there's always an angel eating with you, and by you getting up, so you're telling them to go away, like you're not letting them be with you. Yeah. And my mom's always told me, like, you know, there's angels everywhere protecting you, and whenever you think that, oh shoot, that could have been me, like let's say you're driving and you see a car in front of you and they get into an accident, you're like literally behind them, and it's like, that could have been me, but it's because there was an angel protecting you and the angel was with you. My mom's always told me about angels and how there's always angels around you, the people who you love and cherish, you know, and they die, they become an angel and they're a protector. So I believe in angels. I think they're a real thing, and I do think that there's an angel for every situation. Like, I think so too. A healing angel. Yeah. You know,
my aunt's always tried to get me into angels because she's super, super Catholic. Recently, through my own research, like spirituality and religion, I've learned a lot about angels, and I've been telling you about this, where like I've been talking to my angels a lot. I've been calling on certain angels, Angel Shamuel, Raphael, Jophiel, like all of those. Like I just talk to them every single day now, and they keep giving me all these signs that they're here, which I know, like, if you're not a spiritual or religious person, I probably sound crazy, but when I tell you the amount of things like that have happened in the past few weeks, it's crazy. Like, even just down to simple things like angel numbers. I'll be like, are you here? Are you listening? And then I'll like look at my phone and it's like 333. You know what I mean?
It's a little scary.
333 means an angel's protecting you. It's with you. They're trying to communicate with you.
When I see numbers.
No, these are angel numbers. They're not. They're not demonic numbers. Brenda is fucking scared of all these things. I don't know why. They're here to protect us.
Like,
Remember when I told you about my crystal story? How the crystal broke, and like that's a sign that like good things are coming. They're, you know, I wish I could explain to you guys all the things that have happened, but it would take like 5 episodes. But I think angels are a thing. I think guardian angels are a thing. But I also think that loved ones that have passed can be considered like your guardian angels as well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can talk about the crystal thing because I know, like, you've recently introduced me into that. Like, I've always kind of liked crystals, but just because of the looks of it. But then when I, you know...
Oh, because they're, like, pretty and shiny.
Yeah, they're so nice.
Oh, my God. They are really pretty and shiny. They are.
But the more...
We're such girls.
But honestly, no, it's been a thing every single year. Like, for the past 3 years, every time I went to the C&E, there's, like, one of those, like, pop-ups, whatever you
like
call
the
them.
vendors?
Yeah, the vendors. Yeah. And there's one that has, like, a bunch of crystals. And every single year, I go in there and I, like, buy, like, some little, like... I usually get the rings.
Do you look at the meaning or do you just buy what draws your attention?
What draws my attention.
Do you ever read the meanings or no?
I do sometimes, like, when it's harder, though, because I find that you need to be very, like, critical on... Because you can't just be like, oh, what's this pink crystal? Like, you have to be more in depth for you to know which one is that, like, that specific one, no?
Oh, so, like, if it says rose quartz, you're like, which one is rose quartz? Oh, yeah, so you have to be kind of educated to know what the pamphlet... Yeah, if the vendor's unorganized... Because usually they'll put it properly.
Well, they usually do say, like, this is energy, this is for energy, this is for, like, healing, this is for... But they don't really go into depth with it. There are books, though, if I really wanted to.
I think, well, we know that I'm, like, all for spirituality at this point. Crystals are a real thing. I put them under my mattress. I meditate. One time, I put 6 crystals or 5 crystals under my mattress, and I put them, like, in the positioning of certain, like, chakras or whatever. And I woke up at like 6 a.m. and like I could just feel the energy of all the crystals. I know this sounds crazy, but I could literally feel the energy of all the crystals as if I was a magnet being pulled into my bed.
Well, they do that.
It was like crazy.
There's like those massages they do with like
the
crystals.
Reiki healing. Yeah, those are such a real thing. When I meditate with crystals, if I put like amethyst on my third eye, or if I put like tourmaline under my root chakra, like I feel it. You can, if you hold a crystal, your hand is going to pulse. Have you ever tried that?
No, I should.
If you hold one, your hand will actually start pulsing and you'll literally feel the energy. It's actually crazy. Like, this happens to me every single day. Like, I meditate with them every single day. They're so real. Anybody that says they aren't, go to a Reiki healing session, get some crystal healing done on you, and tell me that you don't believe in it after.
I think it does help with healing, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, crystals do help for healing. And to get like more in tune to your like spirits and your energy. Yeah,
like if during this retrograde, black tourmaline, keep that shit on you and things won't affect you as much. Brenda just found out what the retrograde is today.
I did.
Oh my God.
Since we were talking about like, you know, getting in tune to your spirits with crystals and stuff, what are your thoughts about like psychics? Because I know you're more into...
Oh, I'm psychic. I don't know if you believe me when I say that. Have I told you that?
I think you have.
I have. The dreams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my intuition's fucking crazy. Crazy, especially since I started meditating more. I have psychic dreams. So because I've experienced it firsthand, like I feel like it's very easy for me to believe psychics. I've gone to so many psychics. I've had some bad experiences. Don't get me wrong. They're scammers. But I've had crazy, accurate, amazing experiences. One guy predicted the car accident of someone I was dating at the time. Another one said names. Another one predicted when my ex and I would get back together at a certain time of our relationship, and we did get back together that month. Like, psychics are a real thing. I think those are so real. Yeah. What about you?
I think they're real, but something about it sometimes does scare me. Like, yeah. I know for me, for example, like how you're saying you get like psychic visions or whatever. Mm-hmm. I get more of these like intuitions, like a gut feeling. Like a gut feeling. Like I remember a couple months back when I was in the car with one of my close friends, and she got into a car accident. Mm-hmm. But before the car accident happened, it's really weird because I was in the back the back seat with my boyfriend, and something inside of me just told me, like, make sure you have your seatbelt. And then I even looked at him.
And you don't wear your seatbelt in the back.
I don't.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, I'm like, do you have your seatbelt on? And he's just like, yeah. And then, I'm not joking, probably like 5 minutes later, boom, we get into a car accident.
That is so weird.
So it's just like, whoa, like I had like a really weird feeling. Like, and again, you know,
I don't know about that.
I don't wear seatbelts in the back seat.
You don't.
I was just like, something's telling me I need to put my seatbelt on.
And I cuss you out for not wearing your seatbelt in the back seat, and that happened to you.
I know.
Wear your fucking seatbelt.
You should. Don't follow me.
So do you feel like you have like a strong intuition, or do you think that you just have your little moments sometimes?
I think I just have a strong intuition. Like, it's really weird, and again, people might think I'm crazy by saying this, but when something really bad happens, I get these weird, like, intuitions, like something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, like
again,
an
like,
omen.
Yeah, like, I've had a couple scenarios in which I felt like, something bad's about to happen, so I kind of just, like, forget about it and be like, okay, it's just me, and then every time I have that feeling, something happens.
Oh my god.
So I'm just like,
Do you believe in psychic readers? Like, would you go to one?
No.
Never?
No.
Really? Why?
There's this feeling that I just don't want to know. Like, you know that saying, some things are better left unknown?
Yeah, I agree with that, but I still want to know, oddly enough.
Yeah, no, I'm better left in the unknown.
So what if the psychic is ready to protect your feelings? You know, they're gonna keep out all the bad shit, and you just know it's gonna be accurate, but it's gonna be good stuff. Do you want to know or no?
That's hard, because obviously if it's good, I'm gonna want to know.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like this is not something that, like, I should do. I don't know, there's something about the future just being left unknown. It's something that you are going to create. You're going to make a path for it, rather than hearing, because, like, for example, if someone says you're going to be a millionaire, everything or every opportunity that comes my way that will tell me, oh, this is your billionaire moment, I'm going to want to pursue it, because I'm going to think, you know, my psychic told me this is going to happen, so I should make this decision and say yes.
It's so true.
So again, I'm just a person who'd rather leave things unknown and kind of create that path because of an intuition that I'm getting, or because I really want to do it, not because someone or something told me this is what I'm meant to do or meant to be or whatever it is.
That's true. I get that. I like psychics personally, but
I don't disrespect them. Like, I'm sure there's people who, you know, it's, again, for some people maybe that's a motivation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, for some people it works and they want to know, so it can help them push and, like, no, okay, I'm not just wasting my time pursuing this. Like, it's gonna happen, it's gonna work, and this is what's telling me I need to, you know, continue in this path. But for someone like me, that I would just overthink things, again, if you know me, it's always hard for me to make a decision.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh, my God.
So, for me, that would be like, oh, is this telling me something? Should I be doing it? Again, no disrespect for people who do believe in psychics or people who are psychics. It's just, like, I would rather not.
See, for me, I'm the opposite, in the sense where, like, I overthink prior to going to the psychic. For me, psychics, as long as they're trusted ones and I have a go-to, for me, they're a sense of reassurance. So when I go to a psychic, I'm getting clarity on something that I'm worrying about, and it gives me a lot of reassurance. So I use these as guidance. So even, like, for example, tarot, I watch a lot of tarot readings on YouTube, like a lot. Sometimes I'll spend 5 hours watching tarot readings because they're so accurate and they're so reassuring. And I finished the readings like, wow, like, I'm feeling a lot better about my situation right now. Like, they're really, really helpful. I bought a set of tarot cards that I'm going to learn. I hope my mom doesn't hear this, because, like, she's not going to be okay with it. But yeah, like, I find tarot is in line with psychics. It's a lot more affordable, especially if you know it. But yeah, I know you're probably scared of tarot, right? I think that's what you said earlier.
Yeah, again, when it comes to certain things like that, it's just,
you just don't want to know.
Yeah.
So then why do you think God gifted us with these abilities and guidance? Or do you think that's not God?
No, I don't think it's...
So do you think it's...
witchcraft?
The devil?
Again, because... I don't know. This is so hard, because when it comes to certain things, I just don't know. Like,
Does it, like, make your stomach turn?
It does. It makes me feel a little nervous.
I get that. Because I actually used to be scared of tarot. Like, I remember when I stayed in an Airbnb and the girl had tarot cards, I was, like, shook. Like, I was like, this is weird. Like, I didn't feel good about it. She also had a lot of witchy things.
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
my
witchy
thing,
things,
too, is,
but
like,
that was what made me uneasy.
I don't know if, like, it has to do with, like, a little bit of witchcraft in there. Because, again, it's like you're reading the future. You're reading someone's inner, like, life or what's gonna happen, and realistically we don't have that type of power to do it. And if you relate it to power, you think of like witchcraft or like, you know, things like that. But here's the thing,
like, witches can be good, and I'm saying this like as if I'm like defensive over it. I'm not a witch. I don't practice witchcraft. I don't like no. But I know that witches can be good, and a lot of them do no harm. With tarot and crystals and things of that sort, I think there are witches that use it in different ways, but I think there are also people that are just spiritual that use it. Like for me, I believe in God, I'm Christian, but I also love me some amethyst and aquamarine, you know what I mean? And I like tarot, but I won't use tarot for witchcraft. I'll use it for personal guidance. So it can be used for both, I feel.
But I feel like because it can be used for both, it's not very...
But crystals can be used in satanic rituals as well. But here you are wearing whatever quartz crystal you're wearing. Brenda has a necklace on right now. But those are used in satanic rituals. The Bible is used in Satanism. The Christian Bible. We can use anything for like... We're really talking about this right now.
I know.
I need to cleanse my space after this. Yeah, we can really use anything. But going on to the devil. Oh God. What are your thoughts?
I don't like to talk about diabolicones.
I know.
Honestly, like I need to cleanse myself after this. Yeah. But I don't want to say this, but I feel like if there is a God, there is a devil. If there is good, there is bad. If there is light, there is darkness.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure there is a devil and there is Satanists. I don't like to talk too much about it because I don't want to, invite them in or spread that vibe. Like, I want to push it as far, far, far away. But I do think there is, like, the devil.
I think so, too. But I think that for me... I'm not gonna lie, it does make me nervous sometimes when I talk about certain things I'm not educated on or whatever. But like, I feel if I fear the devil, that's showing that I don't have faith in God.
Yeah.
So that's why I try not to fear the devil, because I'm like, God's got me, my angels got me, the universe has got me. So it does make me uncomfortable though, because I don't know anything about it. That's why, like, I hope that if someone out there is satanic and listening to this, I'm so sorry if you're offended. I'm sorry. We are uneducated on this topic, but like, I believe in it. Yeah, no. I'm not Catholic, but
I'm a Catholic, so I believe in God, and God, just like you said, God's always here. God's got me, so nothing bad will happen. But I do think that, again, the more you talk about it, the more you
invite it into your life.
Exactly. It could.
Yeah.
And it's like the movies, right? You do one little thing when you're thinking about, okay, my mom said don't have a cookie before dinner, and you're like, but I want that cookie. It's
I think the devil does test you a lot of times. Like, I feel as though I'm constantly tested by the devil, but I'm always aware of it. And I'm okay with it. Or not just
even tested, but like certain things that you feel like you as a person, you as a person shouldn't do. Like, you see someone stealing, what do? Do you go tell the cashier, like, oh, you might want to check on this guy, or just mind your own business?
I'm not a snitch.
But see, by you not being a snitch, am
I godly or am I demonic?
Exactly.
Honestly, I don't know if I look at those situations too deep, but like, so for example, recently I've been on this whole self-love journey, right? I've really been selective of my energy, protective of who I have around me, and I made a pact with myself. I'm not going to allow old friends back in. I'm not.
That's good.
And I've had so many bad situations in the past that I'm like, I don't care how good this person is, seems, whatever, this is not happening. So I made this pact with myself like a few weeks ago, and I think I mentioned this on the Toxic Friends episode. I had someone reach out to me. What I didn't mention is that in that episode is that like just days before, I was thinking about how I love myself so much now that I wouldn't allow that energy. I feel like the devil was testing me there, like, oh, you love yourself. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's throw a curveball your way. And then have this person from my past reach out to me. Not to say that, like, she's devil sent and that, like, she's a bad person. No, it has nothing to do with her. I think it's really just, like, that was the devil, like, provoking me and testing me. But then I was like, no, this is not happening this time. And then I stayed strong in my faith. And I was like, I'm not doing this, blah, blah, blah. And I was very nice about it. But I think that was one of those moments. You know what I mean? So I think that, like, it's a real thing, and I agree with you that certain aspects and tools and practices can open up doors to that world, but I think that if we are, you know, we have our own faith, I think we're safe and protected.
Honestly, that's another reason why I tell people, if you're going to get into certain things, crystals, if you're going to get into, like, you know, tarot and all those other stuff, just educate yourself.
Yeah.
You know, read into it, research, because again, you don't want to get into something that you're not sure what it is or what it's doing.
Protect yourself.
So just be educated. Again, this is why I don't know, like, I'm not going to say it's bad, it's good, because I haven't done the research on it. I haven't educated myself.
Yeah.
I've learned little things here and there, but again, I'm not to the point where I can openly talk about something that, you know, I'm not educated on.
Fair. So I know you just said you're not educated on this, but, like, witches, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Diabolico, that's all I can say. I don't. Again, ghosts, witches, I'm sure they exist. I just don't fuck with it. Yeah, I don't like talking about it. That's why I don't watch horror movies.
But do you believe in it, though? Like, do you believe in witchcraft and spells? Do you think that they work and they exist?
I think they exist.
Yeah?
Yes.
You think they work? So if someone did a love spell on you, do you think that it would work?
Probably.
Yeah, right? It's crazy. Witchcraft is a real thing. It's a real thing.
That's why you say humble people. You don't want nobody to, like, do some witchcraft on you or like wear the,
just be nice
what is
to
it
everyone.
called? Evil eye necklace?
Evil eye, black tourmaline, black obsidian. You can keep some holy water on you.
Yeah,
but, like, they're not all bad people. Like, I've had friends who practice witchcraft. I had one that was on the dark side, so we're no longer friends because of that, because I don't mess with that. But, like, I know people that practice witchcraft and they have good intentions and they're very good people and they're very sweet. Doesn't mean I agree with everything. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go and practice it, but, like, it's a real thing. It works. And there are really sounds crazy, but, like, there are really nice witches out there. When I say the word witches, I just think, like, stereotype, you know, but, like, there are really nice witches out there and they're very normal people. Yeah, no, I think witchcraft is a thing, and I think love spells work. I think all of those spells work. And sometimes when I do certain things, I'm like, is this considered witchy? Like, there's this thing called scripting, which is a manifestation tool where you write down the things that you want, and it's kind of like, it's literally called a scripting journal. And when I was thinking about it, I was like, this sounds really...
I don't think that's bad, though.
I don't think so either, but the word scripting just sounds so, like, witchy that I was like, wait, what am I doing? And I was like, oh, well, this is fine. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it.
So what are your thoughts of multiple realities?
I believe that multiple realities exist. If you're not familiar with multiple realities, just think about the movie The Butterfly Effect. This was what I was telling Brenda earlier, that, like, there are multiple different versions of you out in the universe, and I think that's where deja vu comes from. Because certain things happen in both realities, but then there's little moments, like in The Butterfly Effect, watch the movie if you haven't, that can change your whole reality. If one thing didn't happen, the rest of your life wouldn't have happened the way it did. You know what I mean? And I think you can change your realities, and I think that it's 100% a real thing. It's like those books, you know, those Goosebumps books where, like, you would finish the chapter and it'd be like, do you go through the left door or the right door? Page 33 for the right door, page 20 for the right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what multiple realities are like. You have different endings, but it depends on what path you choose. That's why when a psychic tells you your life, I don't think it's set in stone. I think you can change your reality and you can change the path you go down. But if you do things as you're planning on doing them, you'll end up where the psychic told you. So that's why even psychics, like, you can be scared of them, but also, like, it's not set in stone. Like, life can change. You can change your own reality. What about you?
I do. Again, everyone's had that moment of, like, deja vu in their life. So there's times where I'm like, wait, did this already happen? Or I, like, remember doing this already. So I do, like, in a sense, believe like what you said, like you can change your path, or there's certain things that you've gone through that you feel like it happened, but really it didn't happen. It happened in your previous life.
Do you think that deja vu is like someone's time traveling and fucking everything up, so that's why you have it?
Oh, that's weird to think, but
isn't that crazy? It could be.
I just feel like it's a past moment in your past life.
Oh, so you do believe in past life? I thought you believed in heaven.
I do believe in heaven. I'm just saying, like, because reincarnation.
I love I'm talking shit, but I clearly said I believe in both.
I know.
Reincarnation. Okay, so with the multiple realities thing, then deja vu, whatever. So you think that was you in a past life, but then if you were in a past life, wouldn't you be a different person? That would just...
Yeah, but your memories and your thoughts are still there.
Yeah, but then how would you have the same... Okay, so you know when you have deja vu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you and I are sitting here recording this podcast, and I'm like, oh my God, I have deja vu right now. So why were you in my past life as the same person?
Not necessarily me, but this moment. Like
was
maybe
in
it
your
wasn't,
past life.
yeah, maybe it wasn't me who you were doing this podcast with, but you did this podcast and you're having this thought.
Okay.
So it's like little parts of your past life that are kind of...
Okay, it's triggering and it triggers that memory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like, for example, like if I were to ask you a question, like when you were 2 years old, remember when this and this and this happened? And in your head, you'll be like, no, I don't really remember that. But little clippets, like for example, like I know when I was young, I used to live in this house. Remember the house that I live in the basement? We used to ride our bikes in there. Like there's little clips that I can remember of certain things I did. But then when people tell me stories like, oh no, you did this or you did that, or I don't, like, I remember one time, that same house that I used to live in, I remember one time I had a really bad nightmare, and I was, like, sitting on the top of my stairs, and I was crying, and my mom came, and she's like, what's going on? And I told him, like, I don't know, like, I just had a bad dream. But I don't remember, like, what happened after that, or what happened before that. How did I get to the stairs?
You just have that flash.
Yeah.
So it's, like, a little, like, snippet. Yeah.
Exactly.
For me, I feel like that is multiple reality. Like, I get why you're saying you think it could be, like, a past life memory, which I could see that, too, 100%. But I feel like that's a multiple reality. I feel like that's something that happened in a different reality, of like, version of yourself. So it's, like, again, like, as if someone were to time travel and fuck something up. So now your memories are different because, like, your early days of life are different now because they fucked with the whole, like, universe in a way, because I do think time travel exists. Like, hello, Mandela effect. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, it's crazy. I'm gonna tell you about it later. If you guys want to hear an episode on Mandela effect, let us know. But yeah, I think multiple realities are a thing. So you're more like, do you believe in them?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Because I believe in deja vu, and I believe in, like, again, what I was talking about.
Okay, but so you just have, like, a different perspective on it.
Yeah.
Which makes complete sense. I think they both make sense, and I wish that we could just know which one it is, because there's other conspiracies out there. Like, who knows which one it is? Recently, I was listening to this video by Aaron Dowdy, who is amazing, on YouTube, and he has this video about how to access your fifth dimension self, which is pretty much a multiple reality. You can access different realities, right? It was like this whole meditation, and you do it every single day for 30 days, and you can change your reality, and it's really crazy. I'm on day 3. So that goes on to meditation. Do you agree with it? Do you believe that it helps? Do you do it? Like, what are your thoughts on meditation?
So I've heard that meditation is good, especially when you're going through I guess depression, anxiety, things like that. Meditation, I've heard, it's kind of like yoga. You just have to be, you know, in a relaxed, kind of tuned to yourself. I've heard it works. I know a lot of people who do it, and everyone that I've heard that does meditation, it's a very positive, like, result for them. Personally, for me though, I just can't see myself doing it. Like, I can't stay in silence or just in quiet space, because I know my mind always wanders.
What about guided meditation?
I haven't tried that.
I think that would be good for you if you ever wanted to get into it. So with meditation, do you believe it's just more of a mindfulness, wellness thing where you can get zen, you can quiet your mind, relax, all that stuff? Or do you believe in it being used as, like, a tool for, like, divination, opening your third eye, accessing multiple realities, astral projection, all that stuff? Like, do you think that it works in a spiritual sense, or do you think it's more of just a mindfulness thing?
I think it's more from mindfulness thing.
Interesting.
The judgment of the interesting comes out.
Oh my God. That's, like, my favorite thing to say.
I know.
Whenever I'm just like,
Judging.
Interesting. Well, I happen to think that it can be used for a lot. Like, I use it for so much. You can do like hypnosis meditations.
Oh gosh, here we go again with the diaboliconess.
Hypnosis is not devilish.
I don't know.
Hypnosis is not devilish. I don't like do hypnosis, but I've definitely done like a guided meditation with like a little splash of hypnosis in it.
A little splash.
And it works. Like procrastination hypnosis. Like, they're really good. I think that they're definitely like, I think meditation can help with anything.
I think I need to go to church right after this.
Yeah, I'm going to church this Sunday. So do you think that when I do my meditation for healing a broken heart, do you think that when I come out... Huh?
No.
No, what?
I know what you're going to say.
You don't think it works?
No, I think it, like, okay, sorry, I didn't, I thought I was going somewhere else.
Okay, so let me finish my question, then you tell me what you're thinking. So remember that day you were in the shower, and I was in a terrible mood, and I was crying my eyes out, and I did that Archangel Raphael guided meditation, self-love, heal your heart thing. And remember when you came out the shower, I was glowing. I was so happy.
Yeah, your mind was like at a different,
I was a whole new person. Okay, so do you believe that was because of the meditation that it really helped me in like a spiritual way? Or do you think that I was just like Zen because I meditated? Because you saw that change.
Yeah, I think, again, it helps because it's when you're feeling like emotional, or you're feeling depressed, everything around you will, I guess, reflect that, right? Mm-hmm. So if you feel like you're stressed out, every little thing is gonna stress you out. You look at your laundry basket and you're like, oh my god, there's so much laundry and I have to do that. Then you see your dishes,
like a list.
So I feel like meditation really helps to kind of like isolate yourself and eliminate all what's around you. So it really helps you with just kind of like, it's kind of like the inner breaths, like
clearing your mind.
Exactly.
So you don't think that had anything to do with like the healing sound bath through the meditation and the words spoken? You think it was more just like I cleared my mind so I was better?
Yes.
Okay, so how about you explain this to me then? Because this was a very strange coincidence. I forgot to mention this to you that day. Do you remember? Okay, so first of all, again, guys, that was an archangel meditation. That was actually the first time I ever meditated or really got in tune with my angels. Do you remember after we left your house and we came to my apartment and we're walking outside over there, came through the side door, and there was a picture of an angel on the ground? Do you remember that? And I pointed it out that the kid drew.
Oh, yeah.
Explain that to me. In the soggy snow, a picture perfectly laid upright with a picture of an angel there. You're telling me I didn't get in contact with my angels? Wasn't that crazy? I forgot to tell you that. How weird was that? It was like 11 o'clock at night, and there's a picture of an angel sitting in the snow. Should be soggy, should be torn up, but it was laying perfectly right after my angel meditation. You're telling me I'm not spiritually in tune through the meditation? That was just a little mindfulness practice?
That's just coincidence.
Some breath work? Okay, sure. That and all the other angel situations I've told you about. Okay, so yeah, the angels thing is real. Do you think angels are always around? Do you think God's always around, always listening to you, hearing you?
I like to believe that God is always with us. He's protecting us, guiding us. Again, I've been in situations where I'm like, this could have been way worse. Mm-hmm. And I always think like, it's because God is near me. God's, guiding me. He's protecting me. Even when I go through rough situations, and I know it sounds really bad, but again, I usually pray more when I'm going through rough times. And usually after I'm, in tune with God, I find that things do look a little brighter.
Yeah, I agree.
So I believe in God. None of that witchcraft, none of that witches, ghosts, stay away. But they do exist. They do exist, mm-hmm. which is scary, and that's why I don't like to talk about it. Because, again, I'm not educated on it, so I don't want to be inviting things in that I don't want.
I get that.
But that's why, again, people who are into, spirituality, religion, just educate yourself really well. Learn into what it is you want to, get in tuned with or learn more about, because again, you don't want the wrong thing to happen.
I agree. I totally agree. I think God's always listening. I think no matter what you're going through, he's always going to be there, or she, because God might be a woman.
No, God's not a woman, but
we don't know what God is. God is a source energy. We don't know what God is. All we know is that God exists. I refer to him as a he, but I think he's always listening and here. even if you only need something. I've learned recently to start talking to God daily. Before it was just like, oh my God, like I'm sad, like help me, I need money, help me. Now it's more like every morning I say thank you to God for waking me up that day, and the universe. I believe they're one and the same. Do you think God and the universe are one and the same, or do you think they're two separate things?
But if you relate God and the universe, then you're also thinking about like the universe's science. Which is not.
I believe in both. Like I believe that God is what sparked everything to happen, and then science happened and created the universe. But like I don't think, when I think universe, I don't really think science. I think more energy, right?
Okay, so like
spirituality, yeah. Mm-hmm. So like when I say thank you God, I say thank you God, thank you universe. When I ask for something, I say please God, please universe. Like you know me, like I pray to God, but I also meditate every night. Yeah. So to me they're one and the same. I really truly believe that they're one and the same. Do you think that they're separate? Do you believe in the universe being like energetically aligned with everything you do? Or do you think it's all God?
Well, for me, I kind of see it separately. I think God is God. That's like religion. Yeah. And spiritual is more like, you know, your energy, like what you're inviting in, and that's more like soulful, I think, versus God. God's more sacred, religious.
Yeah, I get that. So, he's holy.
I see it a little different, but I can see how people can unite them. Because again, when you're attracting good energy and you're attracting positive energy, positive vibes, like it's again God trying to guide that for you too. So again, it depends how you see it, but I personally think they're two separate things for me.
Okay, so you're saying like good energy, good things happening. So that reminds me of the law of attraction, which you know I'm like all about. I want to like, okay, wait.
You brought me into the law of attraction.
Yeah, I just told Brenda what the law of attraction was like, what, last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy? She didn't know what it was. And like, I really feel like I like put her on to something really great because it's so real. Do you believe in it?
Okay, this is funny because I actually didn't really believe in it at first. But when we started to talk about it and like, again, we got into like manifesting, I started to be like, whoa, is this like actually for real? So I believe in it now. Yes, yeah. I do.
So you think that the more you think positively, the more positive things you'll attract. The more you talk about something, the more will appear into your life. Yeah?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a real thing. Guys, we want to do an episode on it, and I think that is when we'll really share our manifestation stories, like what we've attracted, how to do it, tips on it, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys want to see that, then send us a DM, I guess, and give us questions on the law of attraction and what you want to know how to manifest and stuff. I believe in it.
I believe in it too.
It's such a real thing.
And honestly, not just believing in it, but it also helps like in life. Like
the more it gives you faith too.
Yeah, the more you believe, the more you think about it, it gives you like a positive like.
Yeah, it makes you realize how important it is to avoid negative thinking. Yeah. It starts to make you realize like, I need to be more positive because I need to start attracting positive things.
And it makes you feel happier too. And good things come your way when you're releasing that positive energy.
Exactly.
So I think it's really good. And it also helps with like certain things. Like if you're ever feeling stressed, depressed, anxious, like thinking positively. And one of the things, I'm just going to end it with this so we can talk more into our other like episode. But one thing that I have learned is the more you think about it, the more you believe it, and the more you feel like it will happen, it will happen.
Think, believe, achieve.
Yes. And again, like I know some people are not, like they don't believe in that kind of stuff, but like if you don't, look it up, study it, research it.
No, let's leave them with this test. This is what we were just saying. So Brenda manifested something as a test and it worked, right? So we're going to leave you with this. If this works for you, listen to our law of attraction episode and you're going to find out how to manifest bigger things. Okay. So try and manifest a free coffee. Brenda, share your story.
Yes. So last week, we actually watched a video about manifesting. And
shout out Lior Alexandra.
Yes, she's a real one. And again, if you guys don't know about it, look at the video. But she left us with a thought of think about something, whether it's a ladder or coffee. Those were her two examples. And believe it, think it, and it will come. The first thing I told Ashley was, I can't really do the ladder because I work at a place where I always see a ladder. So I'm going to do something a little bit harder, which was the coffee.
Free coffee.
So I was like, okay, I'll keep thinking about a free coffee. I'm going to get a free coffee. Even when I went to bed, I always thought the free coffee will happen today. It's going to happen today, and I'm going to have a free coffee. And luckily enough, it did happen. And it was so weird because it was just kind of out of nowhere. And it was when I was at work, and one of my coworkers were going to go get Timmy's and her lunch, and she comes back and she's like, here, I got you a coffee. So at that point, I'm like, wait, what? And, like, usually we get each other coffee sometimes, but it was just weird of how it happened, especially because when she went to go get her lunch, she came back with a free coffee. And out of all people she could have given it to, she gave it to me. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, it was really trippy.
Yeah, it's weird because she didn't even pay for it. Like, if she had bought it for you, it'd be very different. But she was gifted that for free by, the employee or something?
Yeah.
Like, she got it for free and passed it along to Brenda, which is, like, it makes it even crazier. Even if you got it from her, if she bought it for you, it's still free coffee to you. You still would have manifested it. But, like, the fact that I feel like it was, like, the universe kind of being like, no, we're really going to prove it to you.
Yeah, trying to tell me something.
Yeah, like, this shit is free. Yeah. And it's just really crazy. But, yeah, she has another bigger story that she'll share.
Share it on the next episode, so you guys have something to look forward to.
So we'll either do that, like, next week or the week after, sometime soon. But if you guys want to hear about it, or if you guys have any questions, or you want tips on how to manifest something specific, like, do you want to hear about manifesting a love interest, a car, whatever, let us know in the DMs. Go on our Instagram, Let's Get Real, the podcast. For now, we're actually going to read only 2 questions today, because we did talk for a long time. We're going to read some Instagram DMs, and we're going to answer some questions. So the first question is, hi, I'm a freshman in high school, and I wonder what are your best tips in order to deal with high school friendships? I tend to be acquaintances with everyone in my grade, but struggle to find any solid friends. Any advice?
My advice would be, honestly, if you're struggling to find friends, the biggest thing, what I tell everyone, is just be yourself, because it's harder to...
You ever seen Just Friends where she sing... Okay, keep going.
I was really doing good right there.
I'm so sorry.
When I'm doing good, you always gotta fuck it up. My advice to you would be, if it's really hard for you to make friends, kind of ask yourself, why is it hard? And just think about, like, what are you doing to reflect yourself towards others? Because I think the best way to make a friend is just, honestly, I know it sounds very cliche, but just be yourself. Because if you're trying to be someone else and you're trying to impress people, it's going to be harder to kind of be their friend throughout the year or have a long-term relationship with that person. So my number one thing would be just be yourself, and if that person doesn't like you, then you're just not...
Keep it moving.
Yeah, this person's just not meant to be your friend, and maybe they need to find other people. So
I also think that, like, if you don't feel comfortable around people, like, or being yourself around people early on, then they're probably not someone that you're going to be compatible with.
I agree.
Because, like, it's true what you're saying. You can't be, like, upping your personality or coming across a certain way if that's not who you truly are. So if you're being yourself, you're going to attract people that are on the same frequency as you and that you'll get along with. And if you don't attract those people, it's because they're not around you. And, like, you just got to wait it out. If you don't have too many friends in high school, it's not a big deal. Like, I barely had any friends in grade 9 at all. Like, I had no friends. I ate in the fucking washroom a couple times.
And honestly, I know this is sad to say, but half the friends that you have in high school will not be your friends when you graduate.
I have 0 friends from high school. Zero.
I have a couple, but, like, honestly, I don't have that many. I can probably count them in, like, one hand, so that's not a lot. Just be yourself, honestly. Just, that's the biggest advice I can give you, is just be yourself, because the right people will come to you, and they'll be attracted by the type of friend you are and the kind of energy you're giving them. Like, nobody wants to be friends with a fake person.
Don't be a fake asshole. Okay, the next question. Do you want to read it?
Okay. So I've been with my boyfriend for already a year now, and I don't know if it was too soon for him to give me a promise ring, when I don't know if he is the right one for me. I honestly feel bad because I lost feelings for him a while back, but I still love him, and I don't know what I should do.
First of all, she probably is in love with the idea of him and not with him, because she just said that she lost feelings for him. So, like, do you lose feelings, or do you just love him as, like, an individual, but you're not in love with him, you know?
I agree.
If you're not in love with him, you need to break up with him, because you're wasting your time, but you're also wasting his time, and that's not fair.
I agree. And at the end of the day, like, the more you keep it lingering, like, this relationship going, when clearly there's no feelings, it's gonna be harder to break up at the end.
It's gonna be way harder. You're just gonna be breaking your own heart at that point.
And honestly, you're just gonna be telling yourself, like, okay, no, I'm overthinking this. Like, maybe it's just me. But again, if you're not feeling it, then chances are the relationship's not gonna be, like, it's not gonna last long because
and
you're
you
already
don't want
feeling
that guilt.
these things.
You don't want the guilt of like stringing someone along. Also, it's not too soon for him to give you a promise ring. It's been a year. I don't think that's too soon.
I don't think that's too soon
At all. It's not an engagement ring. Like, it's not. It's fine. If you can keep it, you can sell it. You could give it back. But like, I think that you already know what you need to do, and that's probably breaking up with him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if it's hard, practice it. And then
how? Like in the mirror?
Be like, okay, how am I gonna do this?
Oh
Honestly, no, I think a lot of people, they don't break up with their significant others because they're scared of how it's gonna happen or what to say.
I agree.
Like,
they're like scared of the reaction. They're scared of like the entire situation just going a whole way that they didn't expect.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're scared, that's okay. But if you still have love for him, you could just be honest with him and be like, I'm losing feelings. I still want to be with you. I want to work on this. Like, how can we make this work? Like, why are you losing feelings? Does it have to do with him? Does it have to do with you? Because maybe you can get those feelings back. If it's important to you, you can just tell him how you feel, but you're probably going to hurt him.
Yeah, for sure, talk about it.
Yeah.
But my main thing is, if you're feeling it now, do it soon. Because, again, you don't want it to linger. And then after, he's going to hit you with the, well, how long has it been that you've been feeling this way?
And that's when you lie. What are you going to say? 6 months? No.
Well, no, you do lie. But at the same time, why lie when you could have just been honest in the get-go?
Yeah, but at this point, you're in too deep,
Honestly, though, just say it. Just talk about it. Because then at least maybe, just maybe, you can still have a friendship after. I mean, not right away. It's probably not going to happen. But again, you don't want that shade to be there because then you're going to lose respect for the other person. And you're just going to be like, wow, was my whole relationship a lie?
Exactly.
So,
yeah. You don't want to make them question your love in the relationship.
Like the episode of Love is Blind where he comes up with the secret. I don't want to spoil it, but like.
What secret? Oh, yeah, that was deceitful. Yeah,
that was shady.
If you know the person who deceived. If you know. So we don't have any more time for questions, so we're going to wrap it up.
And if you do want to hear about manifesting, law of attraction, all that kind of stuff that we kind of ended it with, let us know, DM us. We'll come up with some questions. You can come up with some questions.
Yeah. Also, guys, if you know someone that wants to manifest, or you know someone who needs to work on their self-love, toxic friends, all of our episodes are very helpful. Share it with a friend. Send your friend your favorite episode if you feel like they could use it.
Your friend, your cousin, your significant other,
your mom,
your teacher,
your grandma,
your brother,
your cat,
everyone. Just share it.
It helps us out a lot. It really does. Trust us. Like, this is some shit that you want your friends to hear, because we're smart. We are. And we're
very
helpful.
Intellectual people.
Yeah, we have a deep conversation. If you could just sit with a cup of tea and you feel like you're with us. So, like, invite your friend to sit with us too.
Do it up.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you guys again for listening, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram account is Let's Get Real the Podcast. Our Twitter account is Let's Get Real Pod.
Our YouTube channel is Let's Get Real Podcast. You can look that up. We're dropping a video around this week sometime, so stay tuned. And don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and review on the Apple Podcast app. So thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back next week. This was Ashley.
And Brenda. And that's it for today.
Bye, guys.
Bye.